Drink or juice.
BMF fans, episode 6, Homecoming, Lamont Tyson. This is going to be my review, end and explain. Great episode. And are y'all paying attention to the beef between Lil Meech and Tariq online? Them two be going at it hard about who showed the best. And Little Meech got reeked this time, talking about his ass looked like they gangsters on Star Trek. But we're going to talk BMF in this review. Please subscribe to the channel. Grab me on TikTok. Grab me on IG. And download the podcast. Let's take this thing from the very beginning. We see the boys out here looking for Lamar. They got their guns. They got the straps. They in the Izuku Jeep. I remember those back when I was young. And then we jump to a scene with Lamar and his cousin. Cousin coming in like, dude, can you stop burping your damn bag in my house? And Lamar's like, bro, I'm just doing what you told me to do. I got to get this shit right. And cuz let him know that them Flannery boys is after that ass. And Lamar grabs the football, deflates it like he's damn Tom Brady in Deflategate, and kept it moving, said he ain't never scared. He ain't worried. And then we get to Meech back at the record store, greeting the fellas, greeting Hoop, greeting all the crew. And ladies and gentlemen, make no mistake about this. Did you see the way they built up my dude Hoop? He's going to die. And I'm going to say he's going to die because they building him up to be a great second hand in command person, loyal, trying to hold the family together. He's doing all those things, and don't fall in love with him because he's going to die. But speaking of death, my main man, Lil Zane, he dies. And did y'all see the way he got blown away by Lamar's sawed-off gun? Damn, talk about bringing the hammer. He brought the hammer. The gun shot my man like 5 feet through the air. But then again, you know, Lil Zane can't weigh but maybe 120 pounds soaking wet with bricks in his pocket. But Lamar's like, yeah, y'all Flannery boys coming for me. I'm coming after that ass. And then we see my dude Hoop. Again, he is hot. He's upset as they come in surveying what happened. Cops show up. Coach Cops show up. And in front of Jen, ladies and gentlemen, he shows that he's got a reckless abandon for Meech. And over the course of time, that's going to hurt his pursuit of Meech. And I think that Jen is going to make him aware that, bruh, you're moving too fast. Because some things happened in this episode, ladies and gentlemen. Jen gave us some of them Oriental panty draws, I think. We'll get there in a minute. Lamar runs up on a crackhead's house who, make no mistake, is dog fighting. He sees a black-ass Rottweiler, and ladies and gentlemen, I can't lie. I was hoping that Rottweiler was going to bite his ass. But no, these two wounded veterans, Lamar and the dog, they fall in love with each other at first sight. It was love at first sight. Lamar realized that dude is dog fighting him, and he decides to take the dog. Excuse me, I said Rottweiler, I meant Pit Bull. He decides to take the dog with him, beats the hell up out of the owner, and takes the dog, and then go Mike Tyson on and bit my man ear off. God. Now, ladies and gentlemen, are they doing too much with Lamar? Now, on the streets, the real Lamar, he was a badass. Now, don't make no mistake. But do you guys feel like they are over-dramatizing his badassedness? And now he's Batman and Robin. Because now he's got Blackie that he's rehabilitating, who already showed that he's going to be a good Robin to Lamar that we saw close to the end of this episode. We'll get there in a minute. We get a scene where Brian Mickey is reminiscing about Kato and being a father. And then Meech come over and talk to him, want to know, okay, what's up with this plug? We as the audience know the plug is nobody but Bryant. And B-Mickie is upset with him because he don't like the fact that Southwest T is back in the mix, kind of being the second in command, and he wanted to be second in command, and he's salty right now. Plus, it seems like Meech was just kind of disavowing Kato because it was B-Mickie's baby mama. And, you know, in the end, Little Meech realized, hey, man, damn, you know, you still got to shrug it off. I understand. I didn't know she was your baby mama, but, you know, I kind of get it now. And then we get on to LaWanda talking to Southwest T. Now, if LaWanda done went behind Southwest T's back the last time to get him out of the game, what the hell you think she gonna do this time? And right here in this scene, she pretends like she's down for whatever. I think we as the audience know good and damn well she's not, and she shows her true colors later on in this episode. Jen is telling Coach Cop, come clean to me. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? He did. He let her know for the most part what he's up to about B-Mick and some other things he's got going on, but you still got to keep an eye on him. She also confronted him about being a dirty cop. And I think for whatever the reason, she's having a real good effect on Coach Cop in terms of making him a better police officer, possibly a better person. And I really, really am enjoying Jen's portrayal in this BMF series. Post your comments on how far you think this relationship with these two is going to go. We get a look at Detroit's own Jalen Rose up here in the damn Detroit Players Ball with Meech, and Meech is letting him know we appreciate what you've done for everybody. And then we get our first look at the PA crew that Meech is going to want to partner up with to move weight and to handle Lamar. And they get into a scrimmage with the 8 Mile boys, or was it the 6 Mile boys? I think it was the 6 Mile boys, Eminem crew, 6 Mile crew. They wind up getting into a fight. Meech and the PA boys get thrown out, but for some reason they didn't throw out the 6 Mile crew. Maybe someone is an ownership with this Detroit's finest entertainment spot with the 6 Mile crew. Post your comments if you're from Detroit, you know something about that. But in any event, Meech showed just how loyal he can be to people that are in business with him. And right here, you see the PA crew, they actually like that. They respected that. And I think that's what solidified this growing business partnership they're going to have. We get to a scene where Southwest T is cutting his daddy's hair. And did anybody get scared when that doorbell and that door knock happened? Because I sure was. And the mama went to the door anyway. And turns out it was the teacher from Southwest T's school trying to get him to come back to school. And that's when the big argument ensues between the parents and Southwest T. And Southwest T's letting them know school ain't for me. He rattles off names of all kinds of people that have been very successful without having to go to school. And ladies and gentlemen, there's a lot of truth in that. I mean, honestly, anyone who's a great salesman, and make no mistake, when you're selling drugs, you got to be a good salesman. If you're selling cars, you got to be a good salesman. Hell, in regular business, to get business, you have to be a good marketer / salesman. A lot of these cats don't go to school. They figure out a way and they make it. But during this era, ladies and gentlemen, it seemed like the best path for black folks was to get as much education as you possibly can if you're going to do it legally. So I understand where the parents are coming from during that era, but I can also understand where that climb up to the top is and you've been poor your whole life. You've been struggling. It just feels too good. I get that. But at the same time, with each decision you make, there is a huge sacrifice you got to give up. Going to school, you got to give up more years of being poor, but being able to sleep at night. Selling drugs, you get the money fast, you get the girls fast, you get the fast trips, you get all that stuff. But how well can you sleep at night? Then, ladies and gentlemen, we get that thick Detroit diesel in the building with Meech, just discussing how to get Lamar. He's paying her off for her help in getting off Southwest T's driver. And she's basically telling him, look, man, you can't go at Lamar's street way. You got to go a different way. And that proved to be correct because to this point, they still try to get at Lamar the street way. And you saw that shit didn't work at all. Then Lamar introduces Blackie, his new dog, to his cousin, who's like, dude, you feeding my man my food. You using up my resources. You stinking up my house. Now I got to smell 2 shits, one from your bag and one from this damn dog. And Lamar steps to him and made him apologize to the dog. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the cousin is probably going to have to die because he just played his hand. He just let Lamar know that he's scared of him. And I don't give a damn who it is. If this was me, we fighting. I don't care if I feel like you can beat me, you could take me out. One thing I know about a bully, They like the path of least resistance. And sometimes, even if you think somebody's going to beat you, you put up a fight and they ain't going to keep messing with you because there's too much effort involved. And I think Cuz should have stepped up to the plate this time and said, nah, F that. We just going to fight. Because at the end of the day, if Lamar is willing to punk him like this, who's to say he ain't going to do it another time? And at some point in time, he might even sacrifice his damn cousin for his own purposes. Post your comments on that. We get to a scene right here that is very telling. And ladies, I want you to pay great attention to this. Chuck is talking to Lucille. Oh, stuck him up, Chuck. And he's letting Lucille know that I want to take you out. And Lucille's like, nah, I'm not feeling it. And then he says, I'm going to wine and dine you. We're going to dance. Grabs her hand, kisses her on the hand. And she's just like, well, when you act like that, how can I say no? Well, this is what I want you to know, ladies. The reason why Chuck is acting like this is because his panty draws meter is at full right now from his wife. When his panty draws meter was on E, he didn't feel like doing none of this nice shit. So whenever you are feeling like your husband is cranky, he's not doing what he want to do, your boyfriend, whoever, think to yourself, what is his panty draws meter on? When was the last time I gave him the panty draw? And I don't just mean give him the panty draw. I mean, you put that good shit on him, whatever. And you see the results of her wanting and having give him them good panty draws. His meter is up to full now. So he ready to go wine and dine her and take her out to eat. Meech finds out that his sister, Nikki, has a job at the hair salon, and he runs right on up to the hair salon and he's making a pact with the owner. Now, what do you guys think he wants to do with the owner? Is this going to be a stash house? My bet would be this is going to be a place to wash the damn money. And she took that stack and said, whatever you need, baby, I got you. All while nosy Nikki's standing over there making that face. I told y'all Nikki nosy as hell. And you see the look on her face like, damn, man, you adults, why y'all act like this? Well, Nikki, there's something you don't understand as a child that adults try to keep from their kids. A lot of times we as adults try to keep the harshness of life from our kids when we should be trying to give it to you all in the small doses as your brain progresses, so that when you grow up, you don't have to fall directly into the abyss that can be adult life. But she's not understanding how it is that people can just keep doing shit for money. And adult life is hard, little honey. And hopefully you'll see that by the end of this season. Southwest T getting in his car in the rain. Who else thought that, damn, watch your back, Southwest T, who might get you? And as he gets in the car, we see Coach Cop and Jen sitting here surveilling. And who does he go pick up? He goes to pick up someone that I thought we would have been seeing him go get way early in this episode, since the panty draws supposed to be that good, Markisha. Markisha done got put out by her man with the kids in the damn rain. All I could think of in this scene where she's at the damn payphone in the damn rain was my boys from Boston singing, "Can You Stand the Rain?" And her knight in shining armor came and got her. Then we get to the dinner scene with Lucille and Chuck. Lucille admits to Chuck that she thought he was having an affair with Sister Riley and that she confronted Sister Riley. And Chuck lets her know the truth. I ain't got nothing going on with Sister Riley. But he didn't give her the full picture, which is he's got something else going on with Ceiling Fan Girl. And ladies and gentlemen, this is another teaching situation. One of the reasons why Lucille was feeling so insecure about Chuck and thinking he was stepping out, she mentioned one reason, that she found the dirty magazines. But the other reason, ladies and gentlemen, is because she was not being intimate with her man. And oftentimes when you're not being intimate with your man and you know he's sitting there wanting that shit, you start thinking he's getting it from somewhere else. So instead of battling this struggle you go through in your brain, just give the man some damn draws. And you see the results of what happened when she gave him the damn draws. But Chuck still has another problem, and we're going to talk about that in a minute. Markisha, Southwest T, put the children in the bathroom, and they commence to rubbing, and somebody said Southwest T was real hungry. And in that moment, ladies and gentlemen, I'm thinking to myself, Jen, you and Coach Cop is in a hotel room. You're watching porn, basically is what you're doing. Then you're taking pictures of it. Situations like that get people hot and bothered. And guess what? Jen ain't had no sex in a long time. She's telling him that it's not about the size of the ship, but the motion of the ocean. And he steps to her, and guess what? They didn't show us what happened. Post your comments if you think they smashed. I think they smashed. I think cheeks was clapped. I think panty draws was flown. And boy, if they did have a sex session, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be hard for them to have a good working relationship because feelings is going to get involved. We see Southwest T back in here with Markisha, and she's basically telling him, look, dude, I know you got somebody at home. I need someone that can give me some financial stability. I don't even want you to hug me no more. I'm going to just give you this handshake. Then I'm going to leave you a note telling you that, you know, I can't be bringing my kids around people that ain't going to be long-termers. I'm out. She's got a point. I don't think women should be bringing their kids around random dudes if they can help it. But this was a situation where she didn't have a choice. She was stuck out in the rain. He helped her. But I think that she would be better served to deal with him than to deal with someone who is willing to throw you and his kids in the rain, hit you, accuse you of taking money. You probably need to, if you feel like you're in this situation, you probably need to get a better job, go back to school, find a way to take care of yourself so that you're not kind of caught in between these men. But obviously she wants to have a man. She wants to finance the American dream, and she's trying to get it, but it's kind of rough right now. We see Detroit Diesel Thickness coming out of the yoga class, the workout class, and guess who pops up to see her? Old Lamar with old Blackie. Damn it, Lamar. And we learned that Lamar was in and out of foster homes. And here's another teacher moment, ladies and gentlemen. I know when people mess up, break up, hurt someone they care about, one way they try to get in with you is to relive or recant or let you know situations that have caused them harm. And they like to do things like this. Talk about their grandparents, talk about deaths that's happened in the family, bring children around, or bring other emotional attachments around like he's doing with his dog Blacker Than Black, Blackie. She looking at both of them like, I don't give a damn about this. Keep it moving. And look at Blackie looking so sweet. Oh, little Blackie. Oh, just looking like he want to run up there and give her a kiss on the cheek. I'm sure he does, but she ain't hearing it. We got a inner family beef with Dink and Southwest T. Dink is not feeling the stuff that they gave him. He wants his money back. That leads to them going on an ass-whipping trivial fight with Hoop trying to get them to get back in good graces. And that led to Hoop and Meech having a conversation about loyalty and not running the first time things get tough. And then he gives his Lexus to Hoop, which is why I say, ladies and gentlemen, you got to keep your eyes on Hoop because I think that his ass is going to die. Then old fuck Chuck goes right back to the scene of the crime with Ceiling Fan Girl. He tries to tell her, look, I don't want to be with you, man. I'm trying to be kosher with my wife. Well, he was setting himself up for failure. Number one, you should have just called her ass, bruh. You didn't have to go confront her and face her. You should have just called her. And of course, she felt like she didn't get his best penis forward the last episode. So he turns his back, she undresses and let out all them tiggle bitties. All of them. I mean, she got some good, I just had me a baby, they sad tiggle bitties. And she puts him on his back. Next thing I know, his ass is old top of her, giving her that good work this time. It won't none of that wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, because it had been 3 months since he had some. This was that good work. Her mouth is wide open. Damn, a bunch of flies could get in there. Teeth showing, and he putting in that good work. Ladies and gentlemen, I think Ceiling Fan Girl is dangerous. She's probably going to be a problem for this marriage. And post your comments on how you think this is going to end. Then we got K9 putting a death wish on his head. He owed the Colombians $20 million, ladies and gentlemen, $20 million damn. And Meech overhears the conversation, goes talk to the plug guy, and Meech is trying to get in with the plug behind K9 back. At the 20 million mark and K9 drugs is drying up, there's no way he's going to be able to pay that back. And at some point in time, they will come for him. And I think Meech is doing a great job of capitalizing on a sad opportunity. But a way that he might can keep this so that he don't have to be in a fight with K9 or in a fight with the Colombians. He can pay off the Colombians for K9's mishaps and then, throw a tax on top of it. And then basically K9 going to be working for him. Post your comments. Coach Cop goes over to B-Mickie to say, we need to get this shit done. You need to go ahead and get Meech. And then guess who pops up? Jen, who's supposed to been home, follows Coach Cop, figures out that this is the CI, gives Mickey her card and says, look, I'm sorry I had to meet you like this, but it is what it is. I'm here to help you. Let's make it happen. Then we get the PA boys, Tail and Lamar. Everybody watching this show knew good and damn well Lamar knew he had a tail. You could see this coming with the Hubble telescope. And they tell Lamar, you hear Blackie barking. This is the first time Blackie decides to be Robin and makes his introduction as the superhero villain to Lamar, help. And he's barking, getting them distracted while Lamar is shooting them in the ankles, takes them out, says, I know Meech sent you, and then shoots my man in the face, all while Blackie was used as the accomplice to helping him get these motherfuckers. Boy. I want to know how they going to write Lamar out this story. They built this dude as he's damn near unstoppable. He is still alive to this day, but somehow or another, they got to get his ass out the story as the boys go national. Post your comments. And then we get Southwest T and LaWanda after they took the pictures. Now, y'all notice how he was looking for his belt and he couldn't find it. Well, Southwest T obviously didn't want to be there. He's got Markisha on his mind and somehow or another separating from LaWanda. We know LaWanda will listen to her mamas, his and hers, and come up with plans or whatever it takes to separate herself or get Southwest T out the game. Well, that missing belt is right in the room with the rest of his stuff as the mama is telling her, look, leave his ass alone. You know that feeling in your gut. He's done with you. And I'm just wondering, how is she going to try to use this stuff? Is she just packing this shit up to separate from him? Or is she planning on using this against him? Can the police put pressure on her? Because I remember hearing Jen say, you might can use the baby mama or you might can use the new girlfriend against them. So I'm wondering if this is going to be the person they try to use against Southwest T. Then in the end, ladies and gentlemen, Meech gives B-Mickie burial plots for the mama and for his former baby mama to let him know, I got your back. I'm going to give you your own distro. You're going to be doing this business all by yourself. And B-Mickie starts shedding a tear. And instead of ratting on him, he shows that he's got the recording devices in his hat. He says they coming, they out there waiting. They all scram. And when they scram, Coach Cop and Jen bust in, but it's too little, too late. They're all gone. B-Mickie, Meech done got away with these free bricks of coke and in the win. And in the end, ladies and gentlemen, we see B-Mick going to tell his mama he's got to go away. He's giving her some money and someone apprehends him. Now, who is this, ladies and gentlemen? What do you think? Do you think it's Meech teaching his crew a lesson about snitching? Do you think it's Coach Cop grabbing him? I would definitely say, by the way it was narrated at the end, that this is definitely Meech. He's not going to kill him. He's going to beat the hell out of him for snitching and to teach him a lesson like, bruh, you can't do me like this. We supposed to be boys. It's supposed to be you never snitch. And he's getting his ass beat the same way somebody got their ass beat on Your Honor for my Your Honor folks, post who got their ass beat because they was disloyal to the hands that feed them. So ladies and gentlemen, that is my review for episode 6. Another great episode. Please post your comments on everything you think is going to happen, stuff that you think is going to happen next episode. Be sure to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and the TikTok. Download that podcast, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you live Saturday night at 9 p.m. with Moochie and J Mo. And until that next Sexy as Hell video, I'll see you.